Okay. Thank you for doing all the research, Alan.
You
I'm
got it.
really mad at QAnon for having such a lame fucking conspiracy as to why Donald Trump is still the president or to be the president.
Yeah,
Just
well, like the cute, like you're right, because the reason is because he is the one. That's it. That's the reason. There's a whole mitigating set of reasons why it's supposed to be on this day and like how he's supposed to be able to do this, but it all boils down to he's only the one because someone Q decided that Donald John Trump is the one to lead us through this fucking convoluted mess.
God, we got to get one on the show. We've got to. It's got to happen. We have to. I'm not talking about some fringe believer. I'm talking about some full on. I jumped from my neighbor's 3-story house into the pile of QAnon dog shit, backyard pool, belly flop, and I believe all of this stuff. And I want to learn more.
It's solely like it's kind of crazy because like I went through it too because I knew you guys were gonna be like, all right, so like what reason is he the guy? And there isn't. It's just because like I'm trying not to be like he's chosen. Because I don't want to make him sound like this religious being, but they did make him out of gold recently, and they're starting to get a little unusual, a little more unusual than already unusual, and it's literally just boils down to the population that supports him is like, yeah, that's the guy who's definitely going to fucking do all of this stuff.
So now. When your first point, when you said this is the guy that's going to do all this stuff, it vaguely reminded me of the group of nutzos that about every 3 or 4 years say, the end of the world's coming. The end of the world's coming. And it doesn't happen. Like, oh, well.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't happen.
So what's
going to happen at 12:01 tonight? Are these fucking wahoos going to...
Well, yes, I mean, something's going to get pushed back. But like I think we were diving into is they're starting to fracture amongst themselves. And they're starting to kind of latch on to other conspiracy theorists and extremist groups. Like this is just one instance, and we can definitely do some more segments on some of the other branches of QAnon and where it's going, if you will. But like this is a very sovereign citizen based one. Okay. You know what I mean? But to your point, you mentioned like they've gone through many dates. Like I have so December 8th, December 14th, January 6th, January 20th, obviously. Now March 4th. All of those dates have been used in the last fucking 3-4 months.
Well, what happened, Wes, is they were delayed because they knew that they were going to load the Capitol up with law enforcement. So just like the George Washington delay, the new date is going to be April 30th when Donald Trump will be installed as the 19th president of the United States. By the way, the best conspiracy I've heard so far to make Donald Trump president again is that he is going to run for Senate in the state of Florida, get elected, and then become the Speaker of the House. Then he's going to put through impeachment charges on Kamala and Biden, have them thrown out of office, then run for president again in 2024, and then take over for the next 4 years.
Hold on.
It's like a lot of work for him. And that doesn't make sense because if he's a senator, he can't be Speaker of the House.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Well, I'm sorry. But I didn't say it was a good theory. I'm just saying that's the best theory I've seen.
You mean he's going to run for House?
Yeah, he'll end up in Congress and to become Speaker of the House, and then create articles of impeachment to impeach Biden and Harris, and have them removed from office so that he can then run almost uncontested in 2024.
Is it bad that I'm kind of pulling for it?
Dude, like I was talking to Kelly today, and I was like, man, I kind of want something to happen. Like, nothing bad, but like I kind of want like something to happen because you built it up. Now I'm here for the fucking movie, man. Like, you showed me fucking Lord of the Rings 1 and 2, and I'm here for fucking Lord of the Rings 3, and it's fucking a goofy movie, and I'm okay with it. I love it, but I don't. I wanted Lord of the Rings 3 is all I'm saying.
It is sad because we went from like supercharged and then we got Biden and it's the guy in the basement. Like, you know, Trump was out there like just snorting cocaine off of like hookers' tits every day on the news circuit, just talking nonsense and crazy shit, stirring up trouble, getting on Twitter, pissing people off, causing insurrections. And now like you get 30. I honestly, I don't think I've seen more than a 30-second news clip of Biden, and it's with the mask on. It's, I don't know. This is like the opposite edge of ridiculousness. Like Trump was obviously the high point of manic. This is the depressive. Like we're on the two ends of the mental spectrum right now.
I mean, that's fair. But if I'm being honest, I kind of prefer my politics quieter.
I do too, but I want them somewhere in the middle. I don't feel
no.
You know,
yeah, that's fair.
It's like Trump was tinkering with everything and nothing was getting resolved. Biden's tinkering with nothing and nothing's getting resolved.
I think my major problem is that like we got Trump in, right, and like we didn't get to like we almost did from the public, but we didn't get to like the point where like two congressmen a congressman killed another congressman. Like if we were gonna get that fucking crazy, like let's go fucking 1860s, let's go like 7 states seceding and somebody getting beat to death with a cane. Like right. I'm fucking like if we're going to be crazy, we got to take it there.
We'll take 10 paces in opposite directions and turn around and fire revolvers at each other.
In the fucking House chamber. Do you imagine fucking Pelosi overseeing that?
She's probably fucking Annie Oakley too. Dead eye.
Fucking chugging whiskey.
Yeah.
It's like an old lady with a sewing needle, fucking handshake, and all of a sudden, boom, right through the eye. Done. I'd like to see some skin in the game. I mean, we might be at that point where like a glove slap. And like Wes said, 10 paces and a shot.
I think I brought this up before, and I was like, if we're gonna get third worldy, let's get third worldy. Let's have violence in Parliament. You know, let's really get after it. If we were gonna go there, let's go there. Is all I'm saying. Don't just commit to the bit.
Then you're only gonna get crazies in the House. It's like no sane person's gonna be like,
excuse me, sir.
Crazier than this.
Lasers. We got crazy in the House already, sir.
all 435 of them are crazy. All of them?
No,
not
all of them, but only the ones that make it on TV. I mean, like AOC and that Marjorie Taylor Greene. Those are your two powerhouses. And I wouldn't mind seeing a little scratchy cat fight between those two.
Right? Because like I wasn't even thinking about this right. I'm thinking old timey. I'm thinking dudes fucking shooting each other with fucking like pocket pistols. You got the ladies in Congress now. Let them go at it. Battle Dome. Like and the House floor is clearly ample space to host a fucking Karate Kid style tournament on the floor.
Yeah, do you just like make the bottom chamber removable seats, and you fill up the top dome? Yeah, I almost feel like the architect for that initially thought it was supposed to be some sort of fighting arena, and about having like no, this is where we vote on laws. We vote.
It was back then because we were savages, so like it kind of was a fucking fighting pit, and then people up top just kind of watched. As like a bunch of rich white guys argued about stuff.
Do you think they need to implement more wigs if we're going to get all savage?
So I was actually I started watching a show on HBO, and so I'll get to it. But yeah, I started watching a show on HBO based in like 50s or San Francisco or something, and the lawyers are in like judges' outfits, so they got like big black robes, and the fucking judge had a wig on, and I was like, yes, this is where we should be. I think if that's another thing, if we're gonna go fucking crazy, full crazy, bring it all back. Bring the theatrics of 1800s, 17 and 1800s U.S. politics back into it.
Maybe another asking for a friend. Do we tell? Hey, listen, as our legal correspondent, how do you feel about wigs and robes.
Like all congressmen have lice, shit like that, you know.
Can you imagine Marjorie Taylor Greene with lice? Oh, God.
Imagine.
But yeah, man, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, it's interesting to see where the Q has gone. The Q was peak crazy and is starting to crest and kind of disperse itself. But it's still holding on to its baby murdering cabal ways. We didn't even talk about like the fucking celebrities that they were going to string up. Ellen, fucking Tom Hanks. Crazy.
Wait, Ellen and Tom Hanks were on board with this?
No, they were going to get killed and arrested.
Oh.
Yeah.
The QAnoners aren't playing that game.
Yeah, I don't think they were voting for me.
Ellen, Oprah, and Tom Hanks. The liberal holy trinity, if you will.
The bottom line is you can't. You kind of peak when you get like Viking shaman guy at the podium, in the House chamber. Like you can't unless you actually install Donald Trump as the 19th president of the corporation of the United States. Like you can't really go much further than that guy in a fucking Viking helmet and fucking IKEA fake fur. You can't peek beyond that.
Yeah, I agree. We'll stay on it. Look, the Q report will stay on top of it. But what I foresee happening is that the Q makes its way into other realms of extremist groups, and those extremist groups probably get extremier. So look forward to that, guys. American extremist groups upgrading to fucking super conspiracies, even more so.
The Q Report.